forgot to record. Yeah, okay. So this is what we're going to be doing today. And after that, okay, cool. So we'll go ahead. Law of conservation of momentum, people. So before I, start with the law itself, we'll go to the Newton's third law of motion. Kyuki it is related to this. So this law of conservation of momentum, it is based on Newton's third law. So what is the third law? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Okay. And also, people, I'm going to switch off my video because वो recording में आ जाता है, so it will not look mm, great. And yes, Rahul, you can rejoin. So every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So people focus on this line over here. Every action has an equal. Okay. So magnitude is going to be equal and opposite reaction. So opposite means in the opposite direction. So always keep this in mind. Two very important words: equal and opposite. Equal means that the magnitude will be equal and opposite is the direction. Okay. So why did I start with this? Is if this is the same image we had in the last lecture. So basically, this guy over here, he's on a boat. This is a boat, okay, and it's in water. So I don't know what he's doing. He just wants to jump out of the boat or something. So what he does is he pushes the boat. So he goes in this direction. He walks in this direction. So if you ever have been on a boat, I don't know, whenever you are on the shore, like you're on the boat and you want to go to the shore and you jump from the boat to the shore, what happens is the boat gets pushed back and you jump to the shore. Okay. So this is a perfect example of Newton's third law, is that action is the guy is walking in the left direction, this direction. Okay. And when he does that, his leg pushes this boat. So the boat goes in the opposite direction. So the same thing, that opposite direction. So this direction is opposite right now of the original action. The original action was in this direction and the reaction is in this. So they are opposite. And why are they equal is because the amount of force this guy over here has applied, the same amount of force this boat is going to be pushed back. Okay. So how will I show it in a physical form, like in physics? How will I show it is, let's say the force F of the man, so Fm, will be equal to force by the boat, FB, like Facebook, but in the opposite direction. So a negative sign. I'll write a negative sign. Understood? So this is basically Newton's third law. And why have I told you this? Because law of conservation of momentum, it is based on this law. It's like sister iska, corollary iska. So force due to action is equal to force due to reaction. So the force magnitude is going to be the same, but if you observe over here, I've put a negative sign. So I told you this when we were learning vectors and displacement, that negative sign means that it is in the opposite direction. Positive negative is shown to denote the direction of the force. Okay. So force due to action is equal to minus force due to reaction. And if I have to put it in mathematical form, it will look something like this. Fa, matlab force due to action, is equal to minus Fr, force due to reaction. Okay. So this is the nothing but the basic Newton's third law. And after this, I want to go ahead with the law of conservation of momentum, which is based on this. All right. So before I go ahead, if you have understood this, give me a yes in the chat box because I can see you and you can see me. So yeah, give me a yes in the chat box so that I can go ahead and I have understood that you all have understood what I've been talking about. Okay, I see a couple of yeses. Ah, wonderful. Great. It feels wonderful to just see yes. Matlab kuch kar raha hu. Okay. So we'll go to the next part now, which is basically the law of conservation. So now we'll look at the law. So before we look at what the law is, we have to see to it that we have to understand what a momentum is. Okay. So once you understand what momentum is, then law of conservation, it goes easy. So what is momentum? So momentum is nothing but the product of mass and velocity of an object. So for example, let's say that I have ball. Ball ka example is the best one. So let's say I have a ball like this. It's a ball in my pass. Okay. And some guy over here, I don't know, he's playing football. Let's say JFK, and it's a laat marta hai usko. So bear with my drawing. It is very bad, but anyway, I say this is a football, and this guy kicks the this direction. So what happens is now this football, it obviously travels in the in the direction of the force. Okay, so this guy kicks the football and applies a force in the right direction. Okay, we have a football over here, which is obviously the force is the energy is going to be transferred. ऐसे energy transfer होगा इसमें, and the football will go also in the right direction with force F. So let's say the football is going like this. So when the football it's moving, the football let's say is of 10 kgs. क्या? So let's say the mass of the football is 10 kgs. M is equal to 10 kg. And initially, मतलब जब लात मारने से पहले, so before kicking the football, the speed of football will always, obviously will be zero. Because it was at rest. It was not moving before it was kicked. After it was kicked, it has some speed. Okay. So let's say u, which is the initial velocity, is zero. Okay. Either zero meters per second. People always write the units. Okay. After that, the football it goes in a straight direction, so it has a mass m, and now it has some velocity v. Initially, it had a velocity of zero because it was at rest. But koi to aake laat mara usko. Somebody came and kicked the ball, and now the ball has some velocity. I don't know. Let's say, for example, bol raha hu, 10 meters per second. Okay. So now, what the momentum of the football will be? Momentum is denoted by p. Okay, small p. So p is equal to mass into velocity. So as it is said over here, it is momentum is the product. Product matlab here multiplication. This is the product. This means the product of mass, which is m, and velocity of an object. So the object is a football. Velocity is v over, and mass is m. Okay. So p is equal to m into v is nothing but the momentum is nothing but a momentum. Okay, so this is what momentum means. Momentum is the mass, the product of mass and velocity of an object. All right. So I've seen Aditya, you had raised your hand some time ago. So do you have a question or something? If you have, you can go ahead and ask me. All right. So anyway, I'll go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Bhaiya, if the u is always 0 meters per second, so why do we need to calculate the change in velocity? Like we can just write the final velocity.
Yes, Aditya. So can you go off mute? I'll answer a question. Uh, okay, wait a minute. Suraj's product is created by the mass and velocity is called moment. Yes, absolutely. You're right. So Aditya, to answer your question, Abhi, for this example, I had said that the football is at rest. Okay. But let's take an example that you are in a car. Okay. So let's say this is a car. All right. And the car is already moving. Car is already moving. You are in the car is already moving. And you go from, let's say you go for a distance of 10 kilometers. Okay. A distance of 10. For example, आप highway पे हो, you are driving the car on the highway, and you said कि अच्छा एक काम करते हैं, let me just calculate my momentum. Okay, let me calculate my momentum, and you start a stopwatch. Stopwatch दबाते हो, you look at the speedometer in your car and you see that your speed is 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, and then you go for 10 kilometers, and when you reach a distance of 10 kilometers, again in your car you look at the speedometer. So it looks something like this. Okay, say numbers of this places. So this is like the speedometer, and you look at it, and now your speed is 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, so now you have seen that your speed has increased by 10 kilometers. So initially 50 tha, 50. Now it is 60. So now your initial velocity will be 50 kilometers per hour. So this will be your u, and your final will be v. So when I say initial velocity now, it means that the moment I look at that object. Okay, so initial velocity is that the moment I start observing that object, that velocity. So sometimes your car is going to be at rest, sometimes the football is going to be at rest. So I'll say the initial velocity is zero. But sometime in the middle of the game, I start observing. Okay, so I see that the ball is already moving. So I'll take that speed as initial velocity until the time my experiment is not complete. Like the final time I look at the ball and my experiment is complete. So that velocity will be the final velocity. Understood?
So bhaiya, so if moment and always means calculated by the final velocity and the mass.
So depends. So momentum is calculated by the mass. Obviously, the mass is going to be the same, and the velocity at that point of time. Okay, at that point of time. So, abhi, if you're observing a ball, 90 minutes ka football match. Okay, 90 minutes, and this is the ball. So, at 5 minutes, you look at the ball and you calculate that its speed is 10 meters per second, or then you'll calculate the momentum. So that is what, like, or 5 kilos ka ball hai. So at 10 minutes, you'll see, look at the ball and you'll calculate again. So the moment you calculate, the moment you're observing that object is the moment to calculate the momentum. Understood? And this is known as plane of reference. Actually, it is a good concept. What are you referring to? But it's a very detailed concept. I'm not going to go into that right now. Just have to know, just have to keep it in mind that when I say initial and final, it means that the moment I have started watching or observing that object to the moment I have stopped observing that object. Understood? So momentum will be equal to the moment I'm looking at it. मतलब जब मैं देख रहा हूँ फुटबॉल का तब उसका मोमेंटम क्या है, and it's going to be like, it will keep on changing. Okay, great. So this is what momentum is, and P is equal to mv is the formula of momentum. And people, the units of momentum of kg into meter per second. Now, why is it kg into meter per second? Is now pretty obvious. Is because it is something like this. And Rutu and Suraj, I think the problem is with your devices, not mine. Because, yeah, because I've checked it, you know, I'm also on two devices right now, so I can hear my own voice pretty clearly. So mass का unit है kg and velocity का unit है meters per second, and obviously you are multiplying them both. So just put a dot. So this is your unit, kg per meter, kg into meter per second. Always remember this, people in physics. If you don't write the unit, the examiner is not going to understand what you're trying to tell. So it's very important. Never forget it. And now we come to the official term, the official definition of the law. So basically, I'll just explain law of conservation of momentum. So these are three words. What is momentum? ये देख लिया अभी इधर. Okay. What is law? Law is nothing but something which we state. So what is conservation is to conserve. To conserve means to save. So basically, it is the law of saving or how momentum acts. Okay. So now I'm going to request someone who is inactive right now. Just come off mute and quickly read this for me. Anaga.
May I?
I said someone who's inactive right now. So I appreciate the enthusiasm, but somebody who's not, in our class doesn't participate that much. So Anaga, if you're there, if you can come off mute, just read this one sentence, two sentences. Sorry, do either. Yeah,
Bhaiya, with sentences,
this one where my pointer is.
when no external, when no external force act on two interacting objects, their total momentum remains constant. It does not change.
All right, thank you so much. So people, okay. Now, Abhi, it might seem a little daunting, it might seem a little difficult to read, but you just break it down. Okay, so whenever there is a definition in science, what you do is just break it down into smaller parts. So it will become easier to understand. So let's start. Okay, when no external force acts on two interacting objects. So now, no external force. What does it mean is that there is no force acting. Matlab, if I have two footballs like this, they are just there is no force acting on it. Okay, there is nobody's kicking it, nobody's picking it up. Okay, acts on two interacting objects. So objects, so ये दो हमारे interacting objects है. So their total momentum remains constant. So what it means is it does not change. Is that if I have two objects, let's say ये ball के example, it's the best example. ऐसे दो object है, they are just sticking together. Okay, and there is no external force on it, no other force, then their momentum will always be constant. And why? Like, the obvious reason is that their velocity does not change. Velocity change नहीं हो रहा है, इसके वजह से momentum constant. क्योंकि mass is same, right? Momentum is mass into velocity, और m तो same है, and there is no external force. So as there is no external force, the velocity is going to be same, right? And because of that, the momentum will be same. So see, अभी इधर ध्यान दो, इजी इधर, okay? Mass is always going to be constant क्योंकि mass तो change नहीं होता. आपका जो mass है, this mass will be same, okay? Now I have an object and I am not, putting an external force on it. So because of that, the velocity will also be the same. Velocity change ही नहीं होगा क्योंकि कोई external force ही नहीं डाला मैंने उस पे. Okay? And because of that, now my mass is constant, my velocity is constant, then obviously my momentum will also be constant, right? So this is nothing but the law of conservation of momentum. All right. So someone just take a screenshot of this and post it on the group. And okay. And if you have understood this, just type yes in the chat box. If no, then raise your hand, okay? So that you can ask me a question and we can clear your queries, whatever you have. Radha, you have raised your hand. Go ahead.
No, bhaiya, it was a mistake.
Acha, no problem. So, okay, I can see various yeses in the chat box. Great. All right. So I'm going to go ahead now. This is the law of conservation of momentum. This is the last topic in our chapter 1 of laws of motion. So this is, okay, so now, folks, this is the law. But now we have to express it mathematically. So mathematically, we have to show it. And why is because we have to solve sums, and in real world, in engineering, you have real world problems, और उनको solve करने के लिए always an equation is better. So we'll now derive an equation for this, okay, law of conservation of momentum. And it looks a little difficult, but just pay attention, they'll understand. So this is, I have two ball, मतलब दो basketball है. There are two basketballs over here, ball 1 and ball 2, okay. Now ball 2 over here is stationary. It is not moving. It is, I say, either it is stationary. It is not moving. So I'm gonna write not moving. Okay. Not moving. Okay. And ball 1 is coming from this direction. बहुत जोर से, forcefully आ रहा है वो. So this ball is moving in the right direction. Okay. Now the mass of the ball, मतलब इस ball का mass is m1. Mass of the second ball is m2. Okay, so इसका mass m1, इसका mass m2. Initial velocity is u1. So this ball, it is coming to in this direction. Okay, right direction में आ रहा है. So this velocity will be, so it's coming in this direction, ऐसे, right? So its velocity is u1. Okay. And the initial velocity of our ball 2 is obviously u2. Initial velocity u2. So it will be 0 in this case because it's not moving. So initial momentum, people, obviously will be m1 into u1. Why? Because mass into velocity. So initial momentum of ball 1 will be m1 u1, and initial momentum of ball 2 will be m2 u2. Okay. Now, what happens is, now this ball, it's going to go and collide with this ball. Okay. And once it collides with this ball, the velocity is going to change. So u1, it will change from u1 to v1. So now I've written the final velocity is equal to v1, final momentum is equal to m1 v1. And the same case, as this ball 1 comes to ball 2 and it collides, ball 2 is also the ball 2 will also move, right? Because of transfer of energy. So the final momentum will be m2 v2. So this is like a simple animation that I showed you. So what happens is, ball 1 is coming with u1 velocity and it collides, and now ball 2 has some velocity. Okay. So this is how it looks. Ball 1 comes from here, it collides with ball 2 and ball 2 starts moving. So now this is our assumption, people. And now I'll go and prove it. So what I did was, in your textbook, actually I found a really nice proof, a very small proof. Okay. So always remember, physics mein, the easier, the smaller the proof is, the better it is, always. Because it actually, Einstein said this, is that if you are able to explain concepts in the most easiest way possible, then you are the smartest person in the room. Okay, so this is something which I believe in. So this is, I just directly took it from a textbook. It is because it is really easier. It is actually the easiest proof I could find for law of conservation of momentum. So yeah, we had ball one and ball two. So now we go to the proper formula, like proper mathematical understanding of it. So let me just start annotation on my screen. Okay. So let's say that F2. So what happened was initially I had ball one, B1, which is a basketball, and a B2, which was basketball 2. Basketball 2 was at rest and was not moving, and a basketball 1 was moving like this with a velocity of u1. Okay. Now what happened was basketball 1 went like this and collided with ball 2, and because of that, force was transferred. Okay. So initially on ball 2, the force is 0 because it is not moving. But now B1 transfers energy or force on B2, and B2 starts moving like this. Okay. So with the same thing in mind now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and prove it to you mathematically. So let's say the force on ball B1, like the first basketball, was F1. Okay. And the first basketball transfers the force to ball B2 when it collides. So let's say that force is F2. Okay. And now we know Newton's third law. What does it say? That every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So the action was ball B1 moving, colliding, and the reaction is that ball B2 also starts moving, but it is in the opposite direction or opposite force. So that's why I write minus F1. Okay. Because it is opposite of movement. So because this is because of the third law of Newton. So Newton, I'm going to write three law of motion, law LOM. F2 is equal to minus F1. So Newton's second law, now remember Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. Force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay. So this is what Newton says in his second law, sorry. So I write therefore F2, F2 will be m2 into a2 is equal to my, just a minute, people. My mouse is acting up right now. Yeah, okay, great. So I clear this and I'm gonna write it again. All right. So M2 A2 is equal to minus M1 A1. So this is because of Newton's second law. So we have used two Newton's laws in like two steps. First was the third law, which is F2 is equal to minus F1, and the second law, which is F is equal to MA. So I have written M1 A1 is equal to minus M2 A2 or whatever, like M2 A2 is equal to minus M1 A1. So now people, acceleration is nothing but change in velocity, is the rate of change in velocity. So if you look over here now, on the left side, just I'm going to start my pointer again. Yeah, we look over here at this point. Acceleration is denoted as the rate of change of velocity, which is v2 minus u2 upon t. So this is the formula of acceleration. Mass is the same. And over here also a1 is equal to v1 minus u1 by t, because acceleration is equal to v minus u by t, which is the rate of change of velocity. So I just substituted the value of a over here. Okay. So what I get is, just a minute, what I get is nothing but this m2. So okay, so what I did was, okay, just a minute, let me solve this. So a2, if you look over here, a2 I have written over here, and a1 I have written over here. Why? Is because acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. A is equal to v minus u by t. Now I have some equation known as like m2 into v2 minus u2 by t is equal to minus m1 into v1 minus u1 by t. Okay. So now mathematical rules, t gets cancelled on both sides. So I am left with m2 into v2 minus u2 is equal to minus m1 into v1 minus u1. So what I do is I multiply bracket, I open the bracket and I multiply. So m2 v2 minus m2 u2 is equal to minus m1 v1 plus m1 u1. So why is it plus? Is because we have minus over here, minus minus plus. So plus m1 u1. And now what I do is I just rearrange them. Okay, rearrange them. So what is rearranging is nothing but I just take all u wala terms on one side and all v wala terms on one. So I bring this over here and I shift this over here. So what I get is this. So this is the law of conservation of momentum in mathematical form. So which is nothing but m2v2 means the final momentum of object number 2 plus the final momentum of object number 1, okay, is equal to the initial momentum of object number 1 plus initial momentum of object number 2. So law of conservation of momentum basically is that the final momentum and the initial momentum are same even if after collision. So they are conserved, they are equal, they nothing is lost, there is no loss of energy. So the final momentum, which is this, will be equal to the initial momentum, and this is nothing but conserving energy. So that is why it is called law of conservation of energy. Okay, so this over here is the final momentum of first and second object, and this is the initial momentum of first and second object. So this is why it is called law of conservation of momentum. All right, so if you have understood this, give me a thumbs up. No, not thumbs up. Yes, yes. Put a yes in the chat box. I can see you. And someone take a screenshot and send it on the group. Great. So people, this is the law of conservation of momentum. And now we come to the last part of our lecture, which is nothing but question. So I'm just going to post one question because after that I have an independent practice Google form which you have to fill. So there are many more questions in that. Okay. So I'm going to request someone who's not participating. Let's say Suhas, if you are there, just read the question for us. Suhas, are you there? If you are, then read the question. If not, then Suraj, you can go ahead. Read the question.
Ha ha ha. The mass of cannon is 500 kg and it recoils with a speed of 0.25 meter per second. What is the momentum of the
Okay, thank you so much. Suraj. So cannon मतलब तोफ होती है ना? They used to use it in war and everything. So basically, I have a cannon of mass 500 kilos, and I take the cannon and I blast it off like, and the cannon recoils with a speed of 0.25 meters per second. So we just have to calculate momentum. So can anyone tell me how will we calculate the momentum now?
Can I, bhaiya?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bhaiya, we will use the formula. Momentum is P is equal to M into V.
Yes. So now basically 500 is equal to 0.25. Prathamesh, you have raised your hand. Wanna tell us anything? 25 is 125. Yeah. All right. So 125 kg meter per second is the momentum. Very easy, people. Just substitute the values, and this is the official answer. Okay, great. So this is what we have been doing. Questions. Now I'm gonna have an independent practice just to understand how much you have understood. Okay, so that we can work on it. So this is like the entire first chapter you had for laws of motion. These are the basic questions. All right. So independent practice. So people now pay attention. I'm going to give you instructions. All right. So the first instruction is that I'm going to post a link. Suhas, sorry, your voice was not audible. So pay attention to the instructions now, people. So I'm going to post a link in the chat box. You have to go to the link and then You have to solve the test, which will take around 20 minutes, very small test, maximum 20 minutes. Okay, minimum it can also take 5 minutes. And then once you are done, submit the test and then put it done in the chat box. Okay, the normal instructions. And after that, don't leave the meeting. Actually, you can, but okay, I'll give you further instructions later. Okay, so if you have understood these instructions, put a yes in the chat box. And I'm gonna request Piyusha, if you're there, can you just repeat the instructions for your friends?
Yes, Bhaiya. Now you will send a link in the chat box, and we will solve it. We will solve the all examples which are in the link, and after that you are giving the next instruction.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, people, I am going